Hi, I'm Seamless, and today is Sunday, and after like 20 minutes of screwing around with settings, I can actually start doing this stream. This is the continuation of the track from scratch. Orchestral Dubstep edition. Audio still choppy? I really hope not. I really hope not. We might just have to deal with it. Alright, so, as is customary on Track from Scratch, we'll begin by playing through what we've already done. I listened to this a few times before I started the stream, and I've come to the conclusion that I hate pretty much everything that's happening but here. I like this part, where this is going, but the build-up is dumb. I'm gonna have to do something about that. But, for the time being, this is what it sounds like. Alright, well. So, also upon listening to this particular sound, I'm not 100% into that either, but I'm like 90% into that, so we're trying to dig around with that for a second. That was this guy. And that's what's supposed to be. I turned the effects off because last time we were dealing with lots of underrun the CPU issues that come from the fact that I'm trying to stream and record at the same time, plus all that east-west stuff, which is why I rented out a lot of that into audio, including this bass. But I actually did turn up the buffer this time. Well, also last time it didn't really matter, did it? The answer to that is no. So, just in case I dick up something I don't want to screw up, I'm just gonna name this something. What is this? 140. 5/4 bass 1. It's mostly the Vocodex that's causing the problems that I don't want to hear. Well, that got greasy, but it's not really what I want. Part of what I think is happening is actually part of the carrier, the original carrier. Yeah, so part of that. It's gotta change. Did I do some kind of... I don't 100% where I'm going with this, but I'm still like I like it better than what I had originally. I'm gonna table this a bit though, because I was thinking about this guy. Arrangement wise, I know what the hell I'm gonna do with this. It'll make more sense when I have more of the song done, but see, I don't know if I'm gonna transition directly into the drop from here. I probably am, but I'll probably have like a fill or something here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create something to have the drop over, like some kind of drums. Some kind of drums. That's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna involve some stuff. I have an idea about what like the electronic side of the drums, because I kind of view them in two different ways. I feel like the electronic side of the drums draw like the very hard sort of process sound, but then the acoustic drums, which are gonna be handled via our favorite plugin, Superior Drummer. Oh yeah. Metal fan read. Don't use much else. Put them way over here to take up as much space as possible. We actually haven't done any drums yet, have we? That's gonna ruin a lot of stuff. That's what that is. See, I appear to have been smart, and I put the east-west stuff later. So what I wanted to do is here in channel 20. What the hell is earlier? You must be the recording. Yeah, so let's be smart and move these guys away. Here, bass one. I don't know what you guys are, but you're getting moved up too. Yeah, I actually wanted more space between the beginnings, so. Whee! How much of a fuzzer cluck would it be if I did this? If I went, I guess I can't do that because, there we go. Is it gonna move it farther or closer if I did that? Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, so let's see if I do that. What does that do? Here's to ruin everything. I'm trying to be lazy. Yoink. Still playing. You can stop now. Wouldn't have to do this if I were organized. If I paid attention to planning anything ahead of time. That's the truth of me. Okay, that's probably enough. Actually, it's not even close to enough because I have grand big plans for the drums, which means that they're gonna take a lot of channels. Although I could play this smart, but I have tried this before and it's a little confusing. But even if I did do that, I would still have to do craziness. It would take a long time to set up, so I'm not gonna try doing that. So okay, I'm gonna put Superior Drummer in channel 10, and then I'm gonna go to mixer, right click, multi-channel, options, processing, automatic outputs. All right, so now all the mics are going out to the channels and stuff. It's like out here. And there's a lot of them. It's 12, I think, total. So it would just be enough. So I want like big bombastic sounding things, and like the kick is gonna be, you know, there's gonna be a kick underneath all this, so I don't have to worry too much about with that. But the snare is a big deal. I was using this guy lately, and I kind of liked it, so I'm gonna keep it. My favorite cymbals, and a couple extras, because why not? Big ass ride. China way over here. And something over here. I don't know what. Yeah, samples. Samples. And I do want toms. The DW toms are pretty sweet. They're pretty cinematic too with the proper processing. I've actually used them before as cinematic toms. Because they're very low. Very, very, very low. You see it's still resonating. I'll probably deal with that. All right, I'm hearing a fill. Let's worry about the fill later. Make a beat. So this is going to be interesting because I know I'm going to have to process the toms and the rest of the drums separately. But that'll be a bit difficult because I'm also going to process the overheads and stuff. I can't quite process these. I'll probably process the direct mics differently. If you're new to Superior Drummer, I just prefer to do it as mics and not instruments, since because Superior Drummer's whole deal is that it treats the drums not like individual instruments, but by mic positions, so that you can treat it like it's a real drum recording, which is its whole purpose in life. I guess it will be just to have something here. I don't have a hi-hat. Picking hi-hats. Sure, max. See, this is really the kind of like the flavoring amount, because it's gonna be, I'm gonna put this on top of whatever I do with like regular, you know, electronic samples and stuff. Save the project. I really want this overhead drummer. Overheads typically are 2 mics, but there's a third that goes over the drummer, so I call it that. This is ambient close, ambient far is on by default. Let's put the chamber in there too, because there's gonna be lots of big feeling stuff. A little bit processed differently. Turn them up because I'll control levels in the mixer. Don't care about the monos. And the rest of this is pretty much fine, so. Those are the individual mics that I set up so far by themselves. So this being where they all are, I'm going to route all of them into a bus. Let's do some very basic, very heavy-handed compression. Just bloop. So that's gonna go over that, and then stuff to put under that. Let's find some stuff. Extra. That's what I want. Also, people had noticed in the past that I have these guys, the ultimate stuff, ultimate effects. These are by Sonic Academy, and they're neat. There's a reason I have them. It will be made known at some point. Oh look, it's my kick samples that I never use because I hate them. Sure. Yeah. Also sure. Snares. There's a whole clap section. I didn't pay attention to that. I'm not really a fan of the really huge, like those guys. I love the shit out of those. In fact, I'm like alternate between them. So many snares. Whoa. Okay. What's in the clap section? Ah, the shifteds. Trap? I'm not totally sure if it's trap, but whatever. Indeed. Alright, you guys can shut up for a second. That worked about as well as I thought it would, so that's cool. Now, oh, I need hats and crap. Hats and crap. Hats and crap. Yeah, I replaced the sound. I didn't want to do that. Fruity looped. I wonder what that one is. That was the one I had. Okay. All right. Select just these three. Put them over here. So you're one of these, and you're the other one. some kind of random shenanigans. I like how that fits perfectly. Although not perfectly because I need to bring in for a hat verb channel. Oh, you're fine. All right, I need one more to be the bus for all these things. And one more to eventually combine all of them. You get compursed. Well, yeah, I want to come in here and do some things. All right. Now these two buses to be joined in holy compression. So I just did all that in a vacuum, so it'll probably sound way different when I actually try to combine it with stuff. But it'll be kind of okay. And it's probably ruined my fill plans because now everything is all engineered to sound like that with just this one loop. So let's try and make a fill and see what happens. Away with you. Actually, just fuck you entirely. I'll make the MIDI first. If I really wanted to, I could consolidate this into a single MIDI thing, so I could do a layer, but I'm lazy, so I feel like it. We're doing this in one measure. This is what I mean by the toms needing to be processed separately. Yeah. Too many buttons. Drums, capital. Yes, of course. In the real world, when you record toms, you would have one mic per tom. And there is one mic per tom in Superior Drummer, however, they're bussed together when they're output from it. So they're all coming in together. Like that. And if I really wanted to, I could separate them all into being individual mixer inserts and mix them, EQ them in separately, which is what you would do in real life. But I really don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is shorten their time. Because some of them are a little long on the tooth. It doesn't have the rest of the toms, like the toms are in the rest of the microphones as well, the overheads and stuff like that. So like they're going into the processing and they're being delayed by the usage of it. So I guess I can mitigate a little bit. There's a lot of ways I could deal with that. I don't know if I'm dealing with it right now. Wait, should totally have been a China. China's down here. Just to screw with our brains for a second. Kick, snare, and then kick at the end there. See, that's the problem, is that the toms do not have even a little of the power of the snare, for example. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Here, just to be extreme. Better. It's not perfect, but it's a little better. Sorry, something because I do want there to be some kind of measure break. I don't want it to just go from this into whatever happens here. Probably not kind of that many kicks in it, but that's, you know, you get the idea. I forgot the I'm probably not gonna go with so many very I'm gonna have to replace this bass with that bass, or whatever that bass ends up becoming. I already forgot how I made that. What is this? The reverse of a recording of something. Oh yeah, it was this guy. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a version of this guy that well, actually I'm not gonna. I kind of reloaded it. I'm gonna make a version of this dude that is not as reverby. I'm just destroying everything right now. A little bit of reverb. Indeed. What key am I in? D or something? Yeah. Doesn't really matter what I do here because it's going to be side chained out of the way. All right, I'm not super sold on that, but I'm just going to leave it there just for sake right now. So you can make a new version of you because I know that I'm eventually going to have to re-record you to be the replacement of the buildup. Probably make a riser or something too. So I did make unique. I already forget what these guys do. Alright, you got the filter. Okay. Oh, you're a notch. Okay. Remembering what I'm doing. Dig it. This is the same reason with the other guy. That very first bit is going to be side chain out of the way. I still like the tone it has, so I might not side chain it that hard. I haven't done any side chaining yet, so this will be very interesting when I actually play it. It makes no sense because there's nothing. It's weird. Oh yeah, I'm like, where's it? I thought I needed something. Where'd it go? But it vanished because I replaced it with the other mixer insert. All right, so this kick is the one that I didn't screw with, and this is the snare that I'm using for everything. It's because I have what 3 different of the hybrid snares that sound like snares, real snares, and I'm using them just to alternate between the different tones of resonance, snare resonance. It's really cool on the part of AU5 to design them as such. And I have one extra snare to be the actual snare tone. I don't even know what bass 1 is. This is so placeholder and experimental. I don't even have a huge plan here. Like I haven't even done it on master mix yet, which is going to be hilarious because all of this is going to have to be taken into account. God damn it. Like I can hear it not sounding stupid, but right now it sounds retarded. For a second I thought this was the same. I'm like, I was confused, but it's not because it's not. So what this is saying is that I need more basses. Let's make more basses. Let's see. Since this is basically Resolve 2, let's make a cool. It's a Resolve style bass, which is full of what I refer to as phase verbs. Aside. Now, I call phase verbs not just because I use the phaser most of the time in the preset list. Like if I went to any of them, like the rhythm comes from the fact that it's using the phases quality. However, the original reason why I called them phase verbs and the oldest phase verbs were it's a kind of wobble that's a result of phase cancellation. And in this case, it's phase cancellation as a result of changing the detune position, which is the detune function here. What this guy does is it moves the harmonics away from the fundamental tone. If I do it slightly, like say, you can hear the phase cancellation between the lowest harmonics and the bass itself, causing it to sort of phase. And if I distort it, it becomes super noticeable. And if I do stuff like mess around with the phase position, like if I went to harmonic phase and can you see the drop down? Yes, you can, because I said it correctly. So I'm going to do this, do that. I'm going to set it to wave. And I'm going to or even better, do some unison. What I like doing in unison is making a weird window, which that certainly accomplishes, and then shutting it off really quick with a real curve. Ooh, that feels good. And a lot of the Resolve basses were similar to this. Cool. Can we do something cool with this? Yeah, really. Probably. But let's not mess around with it too much. It's probably not even in time. One of the problems with doing this is that because we're moving around all the harmonics, and even though the fundamental tone is the correct pitch, the rest of them are not, and our brains kind of follow them, and so that means it's going to kind of sound like it's off tune. And the particular pitch depth makes it a bit faster than it should be. But what's neat about this is that once I get it kind of like in time with the bass note, if I play it an octave higher, it's twice as fast. Octave higher, it's 4 times as fast. And then I can do stuff like slide. Which is fun. I'm making lots of 2-beat long patterns, so let's make this one actually just... And let's do something crazier. Let's do some wacky EQ mod stuff. real distorted, crazy, huge, painful bass. That'll probably be the last thing I do today, but I should definitely have it done. Let's name this guy something. Res bass, because it reminds me of Resolve. And this guy, bass 3. Noming. I tried to say nomenclature and naming, and I came out with gnoming. I know my basses. That harmonic phase trick is a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I like doing it. So I'm going to keep doing it because I like doing it. That's a fun sound. Patrick, go. Patrick, go. Thank you. Yeah. You're not making a sound because I didn't link Patrick. No pedimento. I'm not totally sure what I'm doing with that, but let's be weird. Sure. I guess it's not loud enough to do that right. All right, so EQ. Type. Band pass. Or that's band stop. Type. Pass. Type. Band stop. Type. Band stop. Type. Band stop. And change your bandwidth a little bit. Activate. Automation clip. Activate. Automation clip. Activate. Automation clip. Activate. Automation clip. So the way that I normally do this is that the bandpass one is the one like where in whatever part of the stack it's in. The bandpass is the one that kind of determines the overall rhythm. The notches are there kind of just to sort of sweep slowly in the background, slowly in comparison. So like make these kinds of things, and I like them to move independently of each other. Like so that's without the bandpass moving. And with the bandpass moving, was slightly faster. I might mess that some more, but now we do the next step, which is distortion. And one cool thing I've enjoyed doing is this. But then also, what? Just looking at it. I'm a blind person. I'm a blind individual. If you had seen my latest How to Bass, this should look familiar to you. I'm not trying to recreate that exactly, because I've already failed doing that, but... The purpose of doing this is to be able to have sort of the best of the worlds that I've chosen. Now I've taken the bass out of both of them, but that's okay because I'm going to add in a new one. That's kind of like a low end reinforcement to this whole thing. Actually, what I was supposed to do was make this low end reinforcement from the beginning into these guys. Now that should look familiar. Type, little pass, order. The point of doing that is because the EQ that's doing all the modulation is kind of ignoring if it's bass or not. And the kind of sound that I'm after is one of having the low end driven into the distortion pretty hard. That's why I'm also EQing out. So it's going to go over here, and over here is compression. What am I doing over here? Yeah. Try to find the presets that I couldn't know. I don't know where it was. Do I want to do distortion here, or do I want to do another EQ? Well. Meanwhile, sure. That's this guy. Activate automation clip. And then same deal with that. I'm going to run it into, this is just going to be a slight saturation, but I also want the low end in there. And then it'll be compressed again afterwards. Damn straight. Although I'll take advantage of there being. Let's do this. It's kind of be a little bit fast. Well, I bet a little bit faster than this, and. That was less cool than I thought it'd be. Less cool. Just for shits. And now, because this isn't something I haven't done in a while, I'm gonna see what happens when I resample this into Harmer. Monotown. Because it's stereo and I forgot about that. So let's do that and side and high precision and no noising. Ramping off all the way. Good. Do some unison. Not feeling it. Let's see what happens. See. Let's go down. back up. Monophonic. Perhaps not. Going down some kind of ruined it, I think. That's that destructive stuff I was talking about right there. Okay, because I'm curious, I want to see what happens if I do that, and then I do this. Utter destruction. Alright, so let's not do that and not have that in the original either. Parts of that were cool. So I just go straight down and do that, and then I can bring it back down using the same thing. What? Sure. All that just for some filler. That's what this is. Kind of worked out, isn't it? Yeah. I'm actually about done for today, but see, I made that rhythm up for the preview bass, these guys. Of course, I might just change this entirely based on whatever I end up doing for the drop, just to kind of mimic it, but like that was what I wanted to feel at the time. I can try and do a mix against this, but this is going to sound weird as hell. And then, of course, it'll destroy. It'll completely ruin the balance of all the intro stuff. What is this? Oh, yeah, right. That ain't on. So I'm going to keep this on because I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is I'm going to do it the drop and then it'll sound ridiculous and I'll have to make something else later. God, that sounds dumb. Like it needs a whole bunch of shit. That's what it needs. Let's see what this chat's talking about. What do I even sound good as her? Mary Basemus tips for death step, dark step snares. I suppose the first part of that I would have to figure out what death step is. Dark step, Darth step. I don't know about Darth step snares. The force is weak with that. All right, so we made a bunch of sounds. Filled some drums. God, so like, what's probably gonna end up happening is I want to integrate like some of these guys to go like over that, like maybe just doing that makes it sound infinitely better, but that's probably not what I'm gonna do. I'll do something similar. It'll make more sense. As is customary for finishing a day's stream, I'm gonna play through the whole thing and then I'll be done. Let's put the chat up. Hit play, and then put the chat up. It's so cliche. It's so cliche. Like, I'm gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to do some magic to make that not as stupid as it sounds right now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to bounce the beginning orchestra stuff like I did for the second half because apparently my computer just refuses to play it correctly while I'm streaming. So that'll be what I do. Will I be making another higher frequency song? I don't know what that means. Anyway, so I'll be continuing this on the next week. Another question that someone just asked was, when am I going to start my Thursday stream? What that means is because I reached my goal for the Patreon campaign of doing more than one track from scratch stream a week. And as it just so happens, I have one already that I started that I kind of stopped. And so maybe I can like continue that one. And I'll probably stream that on Thursdays. And that's not going to start until next week, next month. It'll start next month when the Patreon stuff actually gets processed is when that will begin. So if you have any questions about any of this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day.